Hello, friend. My name is Raymond Chandler III, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate because I'm tired of watching Pennsylvanians get sold out by people who are supposed to fight for us. I grew up on the west side of Columbus, Ohio, in a working class neighborhood called the Hilltop. My dad and my grandfather both worked rail yards their whole life as union men, and my mother worked her whole life as a bank teller and then eventually retired as a poker dealer. I am a first generation college graduate. I am also autistic. I went through foster care, group homes, and institutions before I ever graduated high school. I started off doing modeling and simulations for the Air Force, and then I worked in startups for a long time, and then eventually I worked in banking and insurance and cybersecurity, fraud detection, AI, all of that kind of stuff. And now I'm here. I'm here running for the U.S. Senate because I am very upset and I'm very sick of where we are in a country, which is much deeper sickness than any one particular issue and has a lot more to do with how we treat one another, the hatred that we have in the heart for one another, the dunking on one another, the manipulation that social media has done to us to get us to hate one another. That kind of stuff I'm against. I'm against war. I'm against genocide. I'm pro-equality. I'm pro-DEI. I'm pro helping people who are less fortunate than us. And I'm pro those things because that is what Jesus taught. To love our neighbor without exception, to treat our enemy as friend, and that when we see someone who's thirsty, we give them drink. When we see someone without clothing, we give them clothing. Without shelter, we give them shelter. These are things that are Christian values. And that is why I'm running. Folks, I am not a billionaire. I don't have millions sitting in the bank. I just have a dream and a belief and a drive. And I'm a very hard worker. And I care very deeply about other people. But I don't have money. And that is what this page is for. Now you might look at it and say, man, this looks a lot like a Kickstarter campaign, but it's not. And you would be right. I am basing this off the Kickstarter model, which I am familiar with. However, because of the FEC regulations, right, we can't use Kickstarter. Right? We kind of have to build our own way. And so this here is us building our own way. A few things that make this different than a normal Kickstarter campaign is you will be donating to a political campaign. There are limits to the donations, and we have to track those limits. So here's what the different tiers do and what they're for. The $5 level gets you added to the list of names for our digital supporters list. So this will go up on our website. Whatever name you provide, as long as it is family friendly, will be accepted. So if you want to be known as Meg the Magician, I will put you down as Meg the Magician and accept your $5 donation for that. So thank you, Meg the Magician. I appreciate your support. It will end up on the website. If you want, something that is not family friendly, we will have to talk to adjust to find a name that will work. But that's what the $5 level gets you. The $15 level, I'm going to send you a digital thank you card. At the $35 level, I'm going to send you a backstage access pass to sign up as a potential volunteer in the future, and you'll get a copy of the adventure book for the campaign and a shirt. At the $50 level, I will write you a handwritten thank you letter, as well as get you all the things at the lower. Then at the higher tier levels, this is just asking for greater and greater levels of support. The $75 level actually signs you up as a volunteer. So if you're pledging at $75, you're going to get a Canvas kit. You are signing up as a volunteer while also giving us $75 for the Canvas kit. And so you are acting both as donor and volunteer at the same point in time. We will ship you the Canvas kit with a walk list, and then you will be able to help volunteer for us. I think it is time that we start addressing the real issues in this country, which is wealth inequality, extreme wealth inequality, right? And techno-feudalism, right? I don't want to live in a techno-feudalist state. I want to live in a state with many, many small businesses where people have the freedom to shop and to create and to invest however they like, rather than the hands of just a few billionaires being able to direct what everyone else has to do. So the future that I want is free. And that's why you should help fund this campaign. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. God bless, to good spirit and good fortune. Take care.